This is part 2 of our field visits with informants. We're going to complete this section. So we're taking the photograph of the first page of the booklet, the first page with names or data. As I said in the previous video, not the cover. And we're going to pretend I've taken a photo of that. And then we'll go ahead and take a photo of the last page that has names and data on it. Okay. And then at the bottom here, does the pedigree booklet match the collection form? So in general, did it have the same information? I'm mostly interested in, did they get the right booklet delivered to the correct informant, right? Or did they accidentally give an informant the wrong booklet? Did most of the names match, ages matched? If you select no, you can explain why down here. The booklet was missing many names that were found on the collection form. Or, whatever the problem is, just type in a few details here. And then there's an optional additional information section down here. I'm going to come back up to the beginning of this section. And I'm going to change the did you meet the informant from no to yes. And it's going to change a little bit what we're asked to do. I'm going to say, yes, I did meet the informant. It will ask you to confirm their name with them. So we'll say the informant's name was James, and he said he was 50 years old. And then you will be asked to take a series of photos. I want you to either take a selfie with the informant, or if somebody traveled with you, have somebody take a photo of you and the informant together, and then a photo of you in front of their house, and also take a photo of the informant's signature. So this is the section where, typically when you're out there doing the audit, you'll ask the informant to sign a piece of paper for you, and you'll compare the signature that they just did for you on the paper to the signature on the authorization form to see if they match. So we want you to do the same thing, have them sign a piece of paper and take a photo of that signature. So I'm going to pause the recording, take those photos, and start right away after the photos are taken. Okay, I went ahead and took 3 fake photos here, pretending I've completed the section with the appropriate photos. And then we're asked to do some recordings, audio recordings down here. This is where the microphone we sent with your phone will come in handy. You can use that microphone. If the microphone's not working, or for some reason it's broken or lost, or maybe you weren't given one. If you weren't given one, please tell me. I will get one to you. But you can also just use the built-in microphone in the phone. But we want to ask the informant to verify some names. So as you're doing the verification of names, we'll do these audio recordings. So the app is asking to record children's names from page 4. So this is where I'll go ahead and, go to page 4 on the name collection form. I will find a family on page 4. Maybe I'll find a spouse, and it will say the spouse is called, Valerie, and the husband is John. And you might say to the informant, I see here there is a John. John's the son of Mary and James. Do you recognize that name? And they might say yes. And then without giving them any help, I would probably ask, okay, can you tell me from memory the name of John's wife? And I'll say, yes, John's wife was Valerie. And, hopefully page 4 confirms that. The spouse of John is named Valerie. And then I would ask them, okay, from memory, can you please tell me the names of all their children, of John and Valerie's children? And they might say, yes, they had 3 children. It's George, Michael, and James. And hopefully the collection form has that same exact information. And so we'll go ahead and click record. It brings up the recording. I'll click the little red recording button. It will start a recording. And if this was connected to a microphone, you would see some blue lines that go up and down as the person speaking, telling you the recording is actually working. When you're done, you can press stop. And there's a play button here. If you press play, it will play it for you. And you can listen to it to make sure the recording worked as expected, that the voices are clear. And if you're happy with it, you can press the X. If you want to record again, you press the red record button again and start over. Okay, sir, can you please go ahead and tell me all the names of John and Valerie's children, please? And so they'll tell you their names. Hit stop. Okay, we're happy with the recording. I'll press X. And we want to repeat this 2 more times with names and ages. You could do names and ages on all 3 recordings for all 3 pages, even though the app doesn't say names and ages. We're mostly interested in the names because a lot of ages are estimated. But if they can confirm names and ages, that's even better. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording, pretend I've done these other 2 audio recordings on the app, and then continue. Okay, I've done my 3 recordings. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next question, which is time field agent spent. We may reword this at a future time, but this is you asking the informant, how much time did the field agent spend with you? Was the field agent with you for less than an hour, between 1 and 3 hours, between 3 and 6 hours, or could not remember? So we'll pretend the informant said, oh, they were there for about 2 hours. So we'll select that. And the rest of the app here is just as we did. So when I'm happy with what I finished, again, I'm going to press the check mark. And that's interesting. I'm going to hit the back button. Okay, the app was not letting me click the check mark up here because I was actually not done filling out everything. By selecting yes, I met the informant, it also asked me here at the bottom 2 more questions that we did not answer. The first one is, does the signature on the authorization form match the informant's signature? So we took a photo of the signature earlier, and now it's you certifying yes, it's the same signature or no. We'll say yes. And then we ask, was the informant paid to provide names? Yes or no? We'll say no. If we say that the signature does not match the authorization form, we need to tell it why. Maybe the informant refused to sign for you. The informant doesn't know how to write and wasn't able to sign for you. Or maybe the explanation is a different person signed for the informant because they had a hard time writing that day. So we'll say another person signed. It's not the same signature. And now I should be able to press the check mark. There we go. And we have this section completed here.